day 2 of my trip from Douglas, Arizona to Sudbury, Ontario, and I'm back to civilization in the form of I-10 freeway. I searched Google for the sunrise time in Douglas, and it was 7:11 a.m. So I set up my alarm clock in my cell phone for 6:15. Usually that gives me enough time, you know, to check the truck, you know, do things you normally do when you wake up. I just start driving and it'll be already light, because normally, right, it gets light about half an hour before the sunrise. But I slept on the side of the road at the shipper. Well, it's like dirt, a big dirt parking area, but outside of the gate. And I ran out of water, you know, had no tea, no coffee, nothing. So I decided to drive down towards the border. There was a McDonald's about 2 kilometers or 1.6 miles. And I drove there in a big truck and almost went into Mexico. Well, because, you know, I parked on the side street, went to McDonald's, got some water, got some tea, and I come back and I see the signs like pretty much you cannot turn around. And I go on one road, it says no left turn. I look on the right, oh, and the road is blocked. Like, why you can only, on that road, you can only go towards the border. And I see already duty free, I see custom booths, you know, I see the Mexican flag. That's not where I want to go for sure. So, and I look at the road to the right, and it goes into some kind of weird area, and I thought it was maybe for cars, because I saw a sign earlier saying cars into Mexico go this way. So anyway, I turned around, I had no other choice, turned around and went back on this Highway 80. And it's 126 kilometers you have to do on a 2-lane road with pretty much no signs of life. But then you get to this beauty. Divided freeway, I-10, speed limit 75 miles per hour. And my next stop is in 209 kilometers, which will put me right back into that nice TA and Las Cruces, New Mexico. Now here's what I call heavy fall. Check out this guy. How many axles is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like the tire on the axle in front of the last one is flat. This motor weighs about, I don't know, 60 tons, 100 tons. Real thing. Yeah, by the way, this is the TA in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I was just a couple of days ago. Time to take a break and go have some brunch. And another problem showed up in my international. If you saw my old videos about, what, 3 months ago when I was in Pocatello, Idaho, I replaced the air dryer. Why? Because it was leaking air through that cutoff valve at the bottom. So when the compressor building up pressure, at a certain point that valve opens and psh, you know, makes the sound, and that's it, your compressor stops, which means that your air system is full. Now this thing, after a while, when they get bad, they start leaking air, psh, and there's a very loud noise coming from the driver's side. And I used to remember one of my old ones was even whistling, a very loud whistle. Anyway, so this one started doing this, like leaking air, and because of that the pressure cannot build. There's no cut-off sound, and basically the compressor keeps working, you know, 24/7, and of course that affects the fuel mileage. And now I've been paying attention, especially to this gauge here, right, the secondary air. The brakes are no big deal, but this one always causes me trouble. Like this one, all the way from when I joined I-10, which is like 2 hours ago. I look at the gauge, at the needle, and it starts going up, then goes back. It starts going up, increasing pressure, then goes back, and there's no cut-off sound. It cannot reach that pressure. Oh boy, I wonder if they can rebuild them or something, because, I mean, maybe clean them up inside, like what the heck is going on? Why? And before also, it took 2 air dryers to fix this. I replaced one, the new one so to say. It was also a rebuilt model. Started doing the same thing like 2 months down the road. I went back, I think it was still on warranty. I got another one, and now the same thing. It looks like, you know, when they rebuild these air dryers, they don't do a very good job. Or maybe they just screw up so easy, like the air dryer inside, because of all the moisture, and because I was going through lots of snow in northern Ontario. So I don't know, but it's another thing I have to take care of. I just climbed a big hill. It was some kind of a pass, and now it's down, down, down. And there was a sign that said, "You're entering White Sands Missile Testing Range." So now, on top of everything else, I gotta watch for missiles. So whoever thinks that the job of a truck driver is simple is mistaken. Well, I decided to do a shortcut between Las Cruces and Santa Rosa, New Mexico, where I'm heading to a TA truck stop. And you're going to go on I-25 and then 40. But you can save 50 miles by taking 70 and then 54. And right now I'm in the middle somewhere. And the town is called Carrizozo. Carrizozo. Pretty much a small town at the intersection of Highway 380 and 54. And there's some mountains that way. And there's some kind of a abandoned gas station here. I saw people park here, so I just parked here and walked back. There's a little active gas station there. Get some tea, some hot water, and they charge 20 cents for a cup. But somehow I don't feel like drinking coffee today. And to the left of me there's some kind of antique shop. Everything is falling apart. I don't know. Lots of stuff outside, but I don't see any people. Oh, maybe it's all part of the gas station, because I see on the sign it says all subs. And when I was buying, I also bought a couple of apples. On the receipt it said all subs. It's probably all one owner. Alright, so we got 197 kilometers, or just under 120 miles, 2 hours to get to the TA. And once I'm there, I'll be able to look at my fuel mileage, because last time I filled up was in Albuquerque, and then I went empty to Douglas, right, and loaded to Santa Rosa. So now I'm gonna fuel up and see what's my real life fuel mileage is, because I'm hoping I'll see some kind of improvement with these harnesses. But this light is only, the load is only 10,000 pounds, and actually I just checked the wind, and the wind is blowing, it's a tailwind, which probably would not make the comparison, you know, valid, because when I was doing 4.3 miles per gallon, the wind was side wind, load was much heavier, the terrain was much worse. But still, it'll give me at least some idea. I know, I'm hoping with the 10,000 pound load, driving slow, driving like 92-93 k an hour, I should be getting 7 miles per gallon. I know. It's already getting dark as I'm getting closer to Santa Rosa.